Hi there football fans and welcome to Transfermarkt TV International. My name is Trevor Evans, bringing the latest news, rumours and statistics from across the world of football. We're going to get started up in Scotland. Celtic have been experiencing some misfortunes recently and Neil Lennon has decided it's time to rebuild without him. Celtic are looking for a new manager to lead them in this rebuild into next season. They've lost a lot of ground on Rangers and Neil Lennon did have a lot of success in this, being his second spell in charge, which served 5 titles in 2 years. But, as I said, they're currently 18 points behind Rangers and struggled this season, perhaps with motivation. This was set to be their record-breaking attempt to win a 10th league title in a row. Lennon does, however, leave the club as a legend, both from his 2 times in charge and his spell as a player. And it's worth noting that he resigned, he was not let go. What next for Lennon? And who could you see replace him in the hot seat? Henrik Larsson? Rafa Benitez? Your suggestions below. 17-year-old superstar in the making Jamal Musiala has opted to represent Germany at international level despite having had the additional choice of England and Nigeria. Germany is of course his country of birth, where his mother comes from and where he currently plays, so it seems like the logical choice, although he did spend a long time growing up in England and played for a lot of the English youth teams. However, and it pains me to say this, he is also more likely to win something this way. He has now established himself as an integral part of the RB Leipzig's first team, but it wasn't always so certain for Angelino. The 24-year-old Spanish fullback was on loan until Leipzig made the move permanent very recently. Angelino has now spoke about how Guardiola did not give him a chance at Manchester City and that he is grateful that Nagelsmann stuck with him. And he's repaying that faith with 8 goals and 11 assists in 31 games this season from the fullback position. Angelino also says that the key to success is confidence, and long may it continue. Quincy Promes has returned to Spartak Moscow for a snip fee €8.5 million, nearly half of his current market value. The 29-year-old Dutch international winger leaves Ajax after 18 months, where he played 53, scoring 22 and assisting 6. It appears as if the move is of a personal choice, as the manager did not want to sell. Promes returns to a team where he scored 66 in 135 games, assisting a further 33, but he left for Sevilla in 2018. Promes was involved in a peculiar arrest scenario recently, but was released almost immediately. Perhaps that had something to do with it. Troubles at home in the Netherlands. 27-year-old French international fullback Lucas Digne has extended his stay at Goodison Park by a further 2 years until 2025. He has been awesome for Everton since his shock €20 million move from Barcelona in 2018, playing 97, in which he has assisted 19 and scored 5. He is a great replacement for legend Leighton Baines, and he will be hanging around for a few more years at least. Hugely underappreciated Michail Antonio has been clinical for West Ham this season. The 30-year-old's goals have taken the Hammers to the heights of 4th in the Premier League just now. Despite being called up to the England squad multiple times, he is yet to make a senior appearance. But in a move to fulfill ambitions, and deservedly so, Michail is exploring the possibility of representing Jamaica instead, and give him a place in the 2022 World Cup in doing so. He qualifies due to Jamaica being the birthplace of his parents, despite being born in London himself. He was signed by West Ham for €9.5 million in 2015 from Nottingham Forest and has scored a respectable 6 and 16 so far this season, with 3 assists to boot. 34-year-old 2-cap Spanish international striker Raúl Garcia has signed a new contract at Bilbao. Option for another year, but that's only if he plays a certain number of games. He arrived from Atletico Madrid in 2015 for €10 million and has since scored 70 and assisted 33 in his 238 games for the Bilbaoans. French striker Yaya Sanogo was a free agent for 8 months, but now he has a new home at the John Smith Stadium until the end of the season at least. The 28-year-old former Arsenal player moved to Toulouse for a free in 2017, where he scored 16 in 72 games. The Terriers will be hoping he can start with a bang as they seek to stave off the threat of relegation. They currently sit 19th in the league with a reasonable 38 goals in 32 games. However, Swansea have scored the same number of goals and they find themselves in 4th position. Perhaps a defender will be better suited in the next transfer decision. Now, I'm sure you're all bored of hearing about how great Bayern Munich are and how well they're doing lately, but we have another one for you. It's the 14th time the Bayern Munich have scored 4 goals or more in the Champions League knockout stages. An incredible achievement. They're not content with winning, they want to win in style, and this team are delivering goals galore. And one of the main reasons for these goals is Lewandowski, who is now in 3rd place of all-time goal scorers in the Champions League. The man is on fire, and he's only second to Ronaldo and Messi, and let's face it, they're not necessarily human. He scored 72, and he's showing no signs of slowing down. He has a few extra years in his back pocket, as he is only 32. However, he has a long way to catch up with Ronaldo, who's on 134 goals at the top. Not to be outdone by Bayern, Real Madrid have their own milestone they achieved very recently, and it's their 100th knockout game win. They're Champions League specialists with an incredible history in the tournament, and not many teams have even played 100 knockout games, let alone won 100. More to come in the coming weeks, I'm sure, as they try and secure a place in the final this year. And with that, we're going to look to the future. There's a few young English players coming through the ranks lately and starting to shine on the stage. We have Josef Buršik in goal, 2 million valuation. Not many goalkeepers coming through in England. Reece Williams, Marc Guehi on loan from Chelsea there. Ryan Sessegnon over playing in Germany with Jude Bellingham. Huge transfer. Max Aarons attracting the attention of Dortmund. Callum Hudson-Odoi shining over at Chelsea, although recently hauled off by the manager for lack of energy. Phil Foden, magician. Saka at Arsenal, absolute diamond. Mason Greenwood up top with Jadon Sancho. A very, very bright future for English football ahead. And all of these guys, just to make you feel old, born after the year 2000. Ouch. Now the juicy bit, guys, rumours. We know the transfer window is of course closed, but it's not stopping the tongues wagging and the speculation mounting. So Haaland is going to be on the top of everyone's tongues, and rightly so. He's on fire. He's tipped for greatness, and he is delivering on the big stage and shows great levels of maturity at such a young age. The transfer fee from Dortmund and his salary demands and agent fees, only a handful of clubs could put such a financial package together. Raiola has said only 10 clubs would be able to afford such a deal across Europe. And he also took the time to defend his stance against salary caps on footballers. The market should dictate their price, as is the case for actors, artists and CEOs. What are your thoughts, guys? Should footballers be limited in what they can earn, or do they earn too much? Comments below. What would you set as a maximum salary for a Premier League footballer, for instance? Constantly in the headlines, Declan Rice, and it's emerged Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a keen admirer, and with Chelsea no longer in hot pursuit, the negotiations just tipped in Man United's favour. However, the demands of West Ham are high. They're holding out for £80 million. Man United have an alternative idea, offering fringe players instead to clear their books. Lingard has had an incredible impact on the Hammers already, and maybe 1 or 2 more could join him in London as part of any deal, with Nemanja Matic and Phil Jones also on offer. But if West Ham secure European football next season, they're currently in 4th, remember, maybe that will be enough to keep Rice on board for a little bit longer at least. Paris Saint-Germain are heavily linked with a move for Messi, but they also plan to tie down their existing crop of talented players to new deals. Neymar and Mbappe are at the head of the queue, but Angel Di Maria, Juan Bernat and Julian Draxler are also in scope. The only one on the list who might not come to fruition is Draxler, who may see this as his chance to move on and get regular football at the end of the season when his contract expires, and get first-team football very, very regularly. So he is very much on the fringes at Paris Saint-Germain, having only played 664 minutes this season, but he's still managing to score 3 and assist 2. He would walk into many top teams across Europe. Spurs are also said to be monitoring the Di Maria situation, but big question, will financial fair play have any impact here? Do Paris Saint-Germain need to sell or let players go? And a man who could be on his way from Paris Saint-Germain is youngster Koulibaly, who's been targeted by Dortmund. His contract expires at the end of the season. The Parisians are determined to keep him, but his head could be turned by first-team opportunities, and Dortmund have a very, very good reputation of doing this over at the Bundesliga club. And the prospect of Thierry Henry returning to English football is very, very exciting. Not on the pitch this time, however, he will be in the dugout. Bournemouth have been linked with making him their next permanent manager this summer. And to fuel the fires, he's just left his coaching position in Montreal, citing family reasons. So perhaps we'll see him come back in the summer. I can't wait. Now, for all you eggheads and statistic buffs out there, we have a good one for you. Champions League, first 50 games, who's won the most? So it's heavily dominated by two big teams, Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. Up first, we have Daniel Carvajal in 5th position, who's won 36 out of his 50 games for Real Madrid in the Champions League. And I did warn you, Isco, also of Real Madrid, with again 36 games. Wonder how many he played together with Carvajal to achieve that 36. In 3rd position, Thomas Müller, 37 in 50 games. Followed by Casemiro, 37 in his 50. He must have played a different game to Carvajal and Isco. And top of the pile, Joshua Kimmich with 38 in 50 games. That's a huge win ratio in the top football competition in the world. So let's take a quick look. Bayern, Real Madrid, dominating European football lately and demonstrated by this table, as you can see, top players. Okay then guys, we hope you enjoyed the show and we hope you're enjoying the football that's upon us lately. Champions League, Europa League, Premier League, it's all coming to a climax in the season. There's not too many games left now and getting very interesting. So until next time, take it easy. Comments, likes, shares below. Let us know what you think and we look forward to seeing you soon. Take it easy. Bye-bye.